So we're going into the Labor Day weekend, and Labor Day, as you know, is a time of coming together to celebrate the sort of the end of summer. And often a grill is not that far away. Ours is all fired up right now. And who better to give us some tips on cooking a better piece of meat than the chefs at Jeff Ruby Culinary Entertainment, and Chef Michael Whitley, who is the general manager of the Precinct, is here with us to give us some grilling do's and don'ts. Thanks so much for coming in to talk about this. We talked about better cuts of meat, and you have got some spectacular looking pieces of meat here.
Yes, we do. So we're going to just kind of go over two different cuts of meat today. That's the filet mignon as well as the ribeye. So two different ends of the spectrum on this. So we'll start with the filet. We've got our two 12-ounce filet mignons. Light marbleization on that. So, you know, filets are known for their tenderness versus they have flavor, but not nearly as much as the ribeyes. Now this one right here, this is a bone-in filet. You only yield 2 per steer. So it's actually a pretty rare steak. So very, very nice. You get the tenderness of a filet, flavor of a ribeye or a strip.
Yeah, I'm looking at these over here, and the marbling on it just seems to be much more prevalent than is with those over there. Does this make it a better piece for the grill, or does it matter?
It depends on personal taste. If you like flavor, ribeye is definitely the way to go. So like you said, all the marbleization right there, the more you cook that, you know, it melts. It's fat, it turns into, you know, flavor. So the bone-in and then the bone-in cuts, they add a lot of flavor as well. So very nice options with that.
Now these are some rather substantial pieces of meat. I'd be intimidated by that.
Yeah, we don't do anything small.
Right. But are there some tips on how to cook the larger pieces of meat?
Yeah, so basically, you know, you want to get your grill nice and hot. And what we do, we have our proprietary blend of seasoning, the steak or the Jeff Ruby seasoning. We coat each side of that, very heavy. And then we put it on a hot broiler to create that characteristic char. You know, it helps to lock and seal in all the flavors, juices of the natural steak.
You know.
Now, as for temperatures, that's always, you know, a difficult thing for people to do. So, you know, something that people could keep in mind is to try to do the palm test.
Okay,
so
palm test.
Yeah.
You're actually going to put your hand on it?
No. It's actually your hand that you use.
Okay.
So if you just, you know, feel this would be, you know, about a rare.
Okay.
Now, if you point your thumb to your index finger, that's about a medium rare. Middle finger, medium. Ring finger, medium well. And then the pinky, that's well done. So as you move down, this muscle gets tighter.
Oh, and that shows you how tender.
Exactly. So
that's incredible.
Now, you can do that, and you can try to do it at home, or you can simply just come into any one of our restaurants, the Precinct, Ruby's Downtown, Carlo and Johnny, and we'll take care of all that for you.
Okay, now a big part of the steak is what are the sides, and you brought in some examples of the kind of sides you do at Carlo and Johnny.
At the Precinct, and actually all of our restaurants, So our mac and cheese, we're very famous for that. It's got about 7 different cheeses that go into that.
Wait, how many cheeses?
7 different cheeses.
We've
got the truffled sweet cream corn. Now that's seasonal. Corn is only in season, you know, during the summer months. So we have people during the winter that are just asking for it left and right. So we have to hold on to about, you know, May-ish until, you know, corn comes into season and we can use it, because we want to use only the best ingredients, that is.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, you know, you top it off with whatever your beverage of choice is.
So we did add a bottle of New Riff for display. We actually blended this to make a single barrel bourbon.
And it's distilled locally. So
yeah, that's in Newport. We actually just did a wine dinner with them, or I'm sorry, a bourbon dinner with them. It went off very well. So
all right.
Yeah.
Well, it looks good. I hope that your grilling is fine this year. You certainly got a tip from the pro today, the general manager of the Precinct, where they know how to do steak. They really know how to do steak. Chef, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right,
let's
check out weather. Here's Tara.